Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is Dom, aka KT2, coming back at you guys again for yet another. Yes, another. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Another video, guys. We have another very special guest. This is the very first 25 series we've had on the show. So, without further ado, guys, I'm going to introduce you to my boy Jeremy, and we're about to hop straight into this video. So, Jeremy, thank you for coming on the show, man.
It was my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
You were the first 25 series on the show. So, exactly what is your MOS? Can you break it down for us?
So my MOS is a 25 Bravo. It's an IT specialist.
An IT specialist. So, what rank are you?
Right now, I'm a sergeant.
Okay.
25.
Okay, and a lot of people, some people might not know what that is right there. So just for all the civilians, right? So how long have you been at your current job you are right now?
So the 6th of this month marks my 3-year mark in the Army. So that's inspiration for everybody who's coming in. You can promote fast. Because I've only been in for 3 years, and I'm already at the rank of E5 as a sergeant.
Ooh.
In this MOS.
That's quick. That's disgustingly quick. Oh my gosh.
For the civilians watching this channel, there are other factors that contributed to me promoting fast, and one of those factors was that I came in with a bachelor's degree. Came in as a specialist, so that boosted the time to rank up, or I don't like saying ranking up, to promote to E5.
We know you're a sergeant. We know you're 25 Bravo, but can you tell us, why did you pick 25 Bravo? Why did you pick to be an IT specialist? Like, what appealed to you about this job?
I came into the Army very late. I came into the Army at 32 years old. So my civilian job dealt with a lot of IT things already. I already had familiarity with the IT world. When I decided to join the Army, as everybody does, you take the ASVAB, you get your score, you get your sheet that lets you know what job you qualify. And long and behold, once I got to the 25 series, I saw that I had the MOS 25 Bravo IT specialist. So I was like, boom, you know what? I've been doing that for 11 years. Why not continue on in the Army doing the same exact thing? That's my personal reason why I chose 25 Bravo. Not to say that other 25 series jobs aren't good, but that's the reason why I personally chose the 25 Bravo MOS.
Okay. What is day-to-day like for you? What would you do in a typical day?
In the conventional Army, some of my responsibilities, or the responsibilities that I did have, was account automation. As a 25 Bravo, you are a battalion asset. You will never see a company level spot. You will always be either a battalion or brigade asset. As a battalion asset, which is what I was in my old unit, I was responsible for managing the Active Directory, managing, like, if somebody was incoming or in processing, I was responsible for creating their account, making sure that they assign their acceptable user policy, the AUP. As far as hardware, if anything was to break down, like a laptop, somebody wasn't able to print on the printer, I would go there and make sure that their laptop is mapping correctly to the printer. In a bubble, 25 Bravo responsibility on a day-to-day service, on a day-to-day, is almost just like a IT, like a regular IT job. You're just making sure that everybody is able to get on the network and everybody's account is up to date. The inspiration that you can go from a regular unit and you can transfer to a specialized unit and do more things that you weren't able to do from a conventional Army standpoint.
All right, that was interesting. So, what would a regular everyday guy, if general responsibilities, if you could give us like maybe 3, what can they expect out of their general responsibilities? Just 3.
For somebody who's coming in taking the 25 Bravo MOS, what you can expect is to be working at a battalion level, brigade level. Just name 3 responsibilities that you're looking forward to doing. Is account managing, human troubleshooting the network, troubleshooting hardware, also maintenance, making sure that the equipment is up to date. Just to name a few. I mean, there's a lot that we do at 25 Bravo, but that's just to name a few of the responsibilities that we have at 25 Bravo.
I want to give everybody a good general overview, because your day-to-day explanation was really good too. This job seems like really, really good. It seems amazing. In your perspective, could you tell us some of the benefits to picking 25 Bravo?
So the benefits of picking the MOS at 25 Bravo is this, right? And this is something that I learned when I got into the Army. Is a 25 Bravo can go literally anywhere. And if you're in the Army, you know that picking where you go sometimes can be difficult. Like, let's say you want to go to a certain unit or a certain state. Sometimes, depending on your MOS, can really hinder your positioning on where you want to go. But as a 25 Bravo, you can literally go anywhere.
could be done. I wish I could go anywhere, man. I'm stuck in one
I mean,
place. What would you say that you like the absolute most about being a 25 series?
what I like the most about this MOS is you get to associate and mingle with people that you wouldn't necessarily get the chance to like talk to in a normal situation. And what I mean by that is you can be called in to the colonel's office because his email's not working or his printer is not printing. And while you're there, you get to talk to your commander. You get to have a social conversation. Get to know him. And then if you do good, you'll be that guy that he called. Like, listen, I want Perez working on my laptop because I know he's gonna get the job done, and I just want him. And you get to you learn and you get to meet everybody in your unit, and you network, you connect with people. Like whenever you need something from the medics, they know that they got you because you've gotten them in plenty other situations. If you need something from the mechanics, they know that because you helped them out, they can help you out in whatever it is that you need from them. So it's a good way to network throughout your unit.
So that's a good explanation of what you like the most. What would you say you like the least about 25 Bravo?
Double-edged sword, because when you become that guy
You that guy.
that everybody looks for,
You that guy.
you're that guy. You know what I'm saying? You are that guy. So
Yeah.
if you did a good job for the colonel and it's 1700 and you're on your way home, but his laptop crashed because he's in a meeting or he has to do the sync meetings or whatever. Guess who has to come back to the office and make sure that the colonel's laptop is up?
Is there anything that you would change about the job if you could change anything about being a 25 Bravo? Is there anything that you would change?
Personally, no, because like I said earlier, I mean, being a 25 series, you can go anywhere, get to meet a lot of people, get to network with a lot of people. I personally wouldn't change anything. By talking to other people that were in the military before I came in, that's another reason why I picked the job, because as a 25 series, yes, you come in as a 25 Bravo, but you had the opportunity to learn the other 25 series job as well, depending, of course, what unit you're in.
Have you ever been deployed before?
I haven't been deployed yet, but I do have upcoming deployments that are on the training calendar.
Okay. So to follow up with that question, if you deploy as a 25 Bravo, is your job going to change dramatically, or are you going to fundamentally still do the same job?
To answer your question, it changes a little bit, but you're just doing things more on the tactical side, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You're doing things where not everybody can see what you're doing because you have to keep things classified and on a tactical level. I mean, like I said, I don't want to say too much, but it doesn't change too much. It's just the way you go about doing things has to change just because you're in a deployed scenario.
Okay. Okay. Let's say you're a regular average Joe and you come in to the military and you're a 25 Bravo, right? We're not you with the previous IT experience. It's just a regular run-of-the-mill guy. Can you tell everybody, does this job transfer over to the civilian world?
Man, I think this is one of those MOSs that are big in transferring over to the civilian sector. So if I was to come in as a regular person that doesn't have a degree and a former experience into this MOS, what I would tell people is, listen, once you go to basic training and do all that mess over there, and you go to AIT,
All that mess.
okay, you already know. I've seen your videos, so you know how it is when you're older and you have to deal with those youngins and basic training. So, but what I seriously would tell people going into AIT, and when I say AIT, is because you should essentially start at AIT, right? Try to get whatever certs are offered to you in AIT. Try to get those early. And the type of certs that I'm talking about, like your Network Plus, your Security Plus, because if you acquire those certs very early on, like let's say if you do get them in AIT, man, when you get to your first unit, bro, that it puts you ahead of your peers. You'll get your IMO right before anybody else. And IMO is Information Managing Officer, which gives you elevated rights, administrative rights to like the network. And I mean, that will put you ahead of your peers, not only in your unit, but once you transfer to the civilian sector, you've got certs that potentially. So let's put it like this: I have people that I've known that were in the military who retired as 25 series with the certs that I just said, Network Plus, Security Plus, and they're making six figures. And they didn't have to wait 20 years to retire to do that. They they I don't want to say abused the system, but they took advantage of what the Army gave them, right? Like the certs, everything you get for being a 25 series. They did their time. You know, it's not like they left dishonorably or anything. They did their time. They did their contract. They saw what was available for them in the civilian sector. They ETS, and now they're making bank.
They're making bank. Okay. Okay. Um. So, how long do you have left on your contract right now?
So believe it or not, bro, like I'm still on my first contract.
Okay.
My first contract was 5 years and 35 weeks. Last week on the 6th, I made 3 years, so I essentially have 2 years and 35 weeks left on this contract.
So, what are your plans? Do you want to stay in? Are you gonna get out? What are you gonna do?
I mean, for me personally, it's different when people ask me things about the Army because I consider myself like a little different. Cause I came in I came in older, so I came in with a lot different, a lot different minds. My mind state was like different from everybody else, and my experience was different from everybody else. So I came in with the intention of doing this for the long haul. Like right now, as it stands today, I'm gonna do 20 years, but you know how things are. You know,
Yeah.
you might get injured.
Yeah.
Life happens,
Life.
and you know you can't continue on, and you know you just when you get to that bridge, you just cross it. But at this moment in time, like my plan is to retire at 20 years.
Okay. On the illicit side, are you gonna come to the dark side with us?
Hey man, listen. Like I mentioned earlier, I came in with a bachelor, so my initial intent, and which is crazy because your videos was the videos that I was watching while I was preparing my OCS packet. I remember watching your video when you was in I think you was in your mother's living room, and
Mm-hmm.
you were preparing your OCS packet, and you was talking about the you know the hassle you had to go through. I was almost the exact same thing. Like my OCS packets took forever, and my personal situation that I had at the time was where I needed a job then, so I couldn't wait for the OCS board, so that's why I went and enlisted first. But my initial plan was to go officer from the jump, but now that I'm in and I've been in the enlisted side and now NCO on the NCO side, what I would tell everybody is like just go Warren. My plan right now
Disco
My
Warren.
plan right now is to do my time as an E5, do my time as an E6, and once I feel comfortable enough that I know my MOS forward and backwards, I'll drop the packet and just go Warren and just finish off as a warrant officer.
Okay, respect, respect, respect. Well,
So no, I'm not to answer my question. No, I will never go and transfer over to the dark side.
okay.
Too many meanings on the opposite side, man.
Yeah, hey, you're right. You're right, man. You're right, man. Um, well, I just want to say, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Dom, bro, just say Dom, man.
Hey, I'm in uniform, so I have to keep it official.
um, so I'm actually gonna end it with one more question. If you could go back to AIT right now, so you as you are right now, Sergeant Jeremy, right? You go back to AIT, you go back to Gordon, because I think it's at Gordon.
For Gordon, yep.
And you speak to, if you got the chance to speak to every single 25 Bravo on their first day, what words of wisdom would you give them on their first day of starting AIT?
Hey man, if I was there on their first day, take advantage of everything that AIT is going to offer you, and they will offer you every. And not to get into too much detail on what AIT does, but there's different classes that you're going to take throughout the 20 weeks that you're there, and every teacher is going to tell you, hey, at this level, you reach this level of your AIT, this is what's going to be offered to you. And I would tell them take advantage of every single thing because trust me, whether you're going to be in the army or transfer out into the civilian sector, those certs that they offer you are going to help you dramatically. And that's something I wish I would have did. Like I was studying for the security plus, but my mindset at that point was that I'll get it eventually. but I didn't know how fast I could have how fast I could have done in my career had I already had the Security Plus already in hand. So I would tell them, take advantage of everything that the teachers tell you or the instructors tell you to do, because it's gonna help you in your career. It's gonna set you away from everybody else, and that'll be the number one thing I would tell them, because I wish I would have did it, because I would have elevated so much faster. I would have probably been an E5 in less than 2 years.
Ooh,
Instead
wow.
of 3 years.
Wow. 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 Okay. Okay. Well, like I was saying, Jeremy, thank you for coming on the show.
Hey, it was my pleasure.
Thank you. To everybody out there watching, I will speak with Jeremy after. If he's okay with it, and only if he's okay with it, we will drop his Instagram handle at the end of the video and the description, but that's only if he's okay with it. So for everybody out there, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys can hit me up on Snapchat at KLOP95, Instagram at KIDTHNDR2. And like I always like to say at the end of all my videos, don't live the same year 75, 80, 85, 90 times and then try and call it a life. My name is Dom, and this is Jeremy, guys, and we will catch you guys later. Peace.